Demeo is one of those rare VR titles that transforms the industry and pushes it to exciting new heights. Notable past examples include Beat Saber, Population 1, and Superhot VR. All of those games were able to achieve greatness and differentiate themselves from the competition. Demeo joins its ranks with some of the most nuanced and clever gameplay of all time. Simply put, it is a Dungeons and Dragons-like tabletop fantasy RPG with numerous social aspects, yet it has never been done before or been done well in VR. Until now. So if you're like me and enjoy the idea of D&D, but haven't been able to meet up with friends for, well, obvious reasons, then this game is beyond a lifesaver. It also greatly reduces the friction of play, which in layman's terms means it's a breeze to just put on the headset, queue for a match, and begin playing in a matter of seconds. Man, is this game awesome. Just like so unbelievably cool, it's insane. Even though I say this with like 90% of the games I review, Demeo is special. On my first online match, I was immersed, enamored, and unable to think about literally anything else. After I did die and take off the headset, I was unbelievably compelled to keep playing. Like, absurdly driven to put the headset back on and try another match. So to answer the burning question in everyone's mind, yes, you should absolutely get this game. Upload VR was 100% right when they gave it the coveted 5-star rating. This is a Quest essential, and those honestly don't come too often. Resolution Games has done it again and created a unique dungeon crawler that transforms VR unlike any other game. And out of all their other titles, Blaston, Acron, even Carly and the Reaperman, this is my favorite. I'm not too sure why, but it's just so fun. Anyways, for the remainder of this review, I'm going to be going a bit more in-depth and specific as to why this is such a great title, in addition to some glaring flaws. First off, the game takes place in a cool, retro cabin kind of aesthetic that matches the overall theme of the game quite nicely. To move around the room, you simply grab thin air and pull yourself across. You can also zoom in and out and rotate your perspective quite seamlessly. It's an distinctive movement system that's very easy to understand. In terms of content, there's only one campaign, but it's endlessly replayable with procedurally generated levels. While there's not too much level variety, it's still acceptable. Now, on to the best part of the game, the gameplay. See, because this is why the game is so unique. This is the first time a VR title has managed to actually emulate that D&D feel. Only now it's brought to life in a magnificent way. There are 4 classes to pick from, each with their own distinctive advantages and disadvantages. Properly using these abilities is elemental to success, because this is kinda a brutal game. You'll be forced to really focus in order to win, but I like that. I like that concentration and intensity in a tabletop game. Moving is straightforward, and all you gotta do is point and drag your character to an available tile. Most actions require action points, and this is where things get interesting. In order to defeat enemies or use spells and whatnot, you can either drag your character to an enemy, inflicting standard damage using 1 out of 2 action points, or you can activate a spell card, which will have a unique effect. Opening doors, chests, and other interactable pieces also uses up an action point. This is a turn-based game, and properly managing your turn and resources is seriously fun. Furthermore, after each attack, you get to roll a multi-sided die with 3 possibilities: landing the attack, landing a critical attack, dealing extra damage, or worst of all, missing the attack. This also leads to some tense, chance-based moments that are, again, fun. There's plenty of depth within the gameplay, and some other aspects to it that I left out. Moving on, Demeo is a social masterpiece. Everyone knows that the best part of board games is playing them with other people, and I am beyond thrilled to say that it knocks it out of the park with an intuitive, fast, and detailed multiplayer mode. You can play with up to 4 players, can queue for random online matches, host private ones, and this is where it shines brightest. By playing with other people, known or unknown, everything becomes far more dramatic and important. Suddenly, a simple game turns into a battle for survival, and every turn is precious, with strategies being flown around in all directions as everyone screams when a hidden, mystical elf pops up from the shadows. It's great. And since this is a game that thrives off social interaction, I am so glad they opted for such a comprehensive online mode. Graphics-wise, you got nothing to worry about. What isn't the clearest thing in the world, the intricately designed character models and dungeons look right at home on Quest. Lastly, this game isn't perfect, not by a long shot. Moreover, it's a game of raw potential. In its current form, it's still fantastic, but it has so much room to grow. Now, before I get into these suggestions, just wanted to say that the developers have confirmed on multiple occasions that they're going to update this game long into the future, and most of my critiques will be soon fixed. Alright, beginning right off, the addition of mid-game save points is a must. Games can last hours, and not having such a crucial feature as saving is a little mystifying. Though again, the devs are hard at work on this feature, and many others, so stay tuned. Next up, I would love to see new environments, cards, and enemies. New environments would really help spice up the background, yet it isn't too important, but cards and enemies are. Cards in particular are such a defining feature of this game that adding even more would be awesome. Enemies is a no-brainer, and more variety is always welcome. Now, while there's only one campaign currently, Resolution Games has confirmed that a second one will be coming this summer and will be introduced as a free update, which is awesome. Finally, the two features that would propel Demeo to probably my favorite VR game is a level creation tool and character making system. This would undoubtedly be so cool, and would allow it to be a game that never feels stale, just like Dungeons & Dragons. Though it'll probably never happen, and I don't want to get anybody's hopes up on these amazing potential features. So, while I had a lot of complaints and suggestions, just bear in mind that as it stands now, it's spectacular. Don't hesitate, pick this up. It's truly a game changer for VR.